Good evening, everybody. It's Cutler here, the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast. I'm so thankful that y'all decided to join me here this evening. It is the 13th. It's the 13th of May, and you are in for a ride. I want to ask you all this tonight. Do you smile? Do you like to smile? What do you think smile suggests what are you communicating when you smile? Do you know that when you smile, you actually help brighten up the world just one smile at a time? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the importance of smile, and I want to talk about not letting people steal your smile, steal your joy, steal your inner spirit, your inner happiness, and all of that kind of stuff. But I want to do it. I'll be right back because tonight we're going to talk about smiling. All right.
Let's talk to God. One more thing, like, subscribe and share. Come on, let's talk to God. Woo!
Well, good evening. I'm back, you all. And of course, this is Cutler here on the Let's Talk to Cutler platform. And every Tuesday and Thursday, I show up because I'm enjoying the ride with you all. And my goal is for us to be able to have a conversation that gives us the energy and the challenge and the motivation to show up better tomorrow than we did today. Again, not that today was a complete wash because no day is all bad. And we had some wins today, but we're going to strengthen ourselves and inspire ourselves so we can show up just a little bit better tomorrow than we did today. Every single Tuesday and Thursday, I'm here at 8 o'clock, and I'm only here for 1,800 seconds. I'm trying to make every second significant, every minute matter, and every moment meaningful. So you all do me a favor. If this is your very first time to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you subscribe. And then after you subscribe, please do me a favor. Click the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I've gone live, whenever I've uploaded new content. And as you come into the chat room tonight, do me a favor. Do a thumbs up on the conversation to say to YouTube, I like what that guy is talking about. I enjoyed the conversations. But when you do that, it also encourages me. I want to shout out our LTTC VIPs for this evening. They are Raydella Lewis. How are you? She says, hi, all. Linda Martin says, good evening. And Jay Song For You says, hey, y'all. You all listen. We talk and we revisit these quotes from this book right here, Billboards to Better, which is my 7th book. And Billboards to Better includes 366 daily sources of motivation and inspiration along the highway of life, because my goal is to share this book with you so that we can all develop a caravan, drive down the highway, read these billboards, find out what applies to us and what does not. But the goal is for us to be able to become better tomorrow than we were yesterday. Life is dynamic. For me, I've decided life is dynamic. I'm going to be a lifelong learner. I'm going to be a lifelong improver of myself. And guess what? You are on my journey. I'm going to make sure that wherever I get, I'm not getting there by myself. That's why I'm so thankful that you all share this space with me, whatever space it is, whether it's your living room, your dining room, your front porch, your back porch, your car, wherever it is. Thank you for allowing me to share this space. Nikki, my friend, it's good to see you all. So what we do, if you're new to this channel, every Tuesday, we'll read quotes from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Every Thursday, we'll read a quote from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's a quote in the book for Saturday, but when you get to that quote, do me a favor. Use it to start a conversation. Use it as part of your meditation, but just use it and share it. We're going to get started, you all. And we're going to get started. Wow. We're going to get started by talking from this quote from May 12th. The quote from May 12th says, be less concerned when people try to hurt your feelings and more concerned when they try to hurt your future. My goodness. Be less concerned when people try to hurt your feelings and more concerned when they try to hurt your future. And I want to talk about that because people really will try to hurt your future. I could barely wait to chat and talk with you all today. After reading this quote, I could barely contain myself. I could hardly wait. I wanted to get to this quote so bad until I almost did a pop-up yesterday. I wanted to remind you all not to let people get under your skin. Coming right out of the gate, you all, don't let people get under your skin. And if they do, don't let them know that they have. Learn how not to give people the power and the strength over you that they think they have. And just in the slight chance, the slight opportunity that you have given them that much power over you, learn how to reclaim it. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Learn how to reclaim the power that you gave people to exercise over you. And you tell them, I'm sorry I led you to believe that you had that much power over me. Reclaim your power. Or say, I'm sorry that I led you to believe that you can talk to me any kind of way. Take your power back. It's like sticking a pin in a balloon. You deflate them and you take the power that they thought they had. Just say that to them. I'm sorry that I led you to believe that you can treat me with disrespect. I'm sorry that I led you to believe that you can disregard my value and talk to me any kind of way. I want to give you all a new strategy for confronting the negative people in your life. I want you to realize that you are like the earth on a hot summer day. I thought about that today. It was a nice, bright, beautiful day here, and it reminded me of the fact that that's who we are, y'all. We are like the earth on a hot summer day. I know it's spring, but think about a hot summer day. Because think about this. If you throw water out on the ground on a hot summer day, what's going to happen? It's going to soak it up. If you throw water on the sidewalk, what's going to happen? It's going to evaporate. So the short-term harm that people try to inflict upon you, it's not even worth your attention most of the time. Learn how not to even dignify some of that stuff with a response or with a comment, because I want you to realize that you are already insulated and fortified for these light afflictions. Everybody's life is going to have some problems, some ups and downs, but these little short-term things that I call light afflictions, you are already insulated and fortified to be able to handle those. So for me, when people try to hurt my feelings, and if I may be transparent, they sometimes do. But it's rare for me to have my feelings hurt, but sometimes people do. But when people try to hurt my feelings, the one thing I know about my feelings is that they will heal. Hurt feelings will heal. I'm just trying to teach you all a new strategy. Yes, I'm trying to help save somebody's life. I'm trying to teach you a new strategy for confronting negative people. Hurt feelings will heal. Yes, Lord. And once you hurt my feelings, you don't get to be a part of my healing process. Because my healing might tell me to put up a red flag whenever I see you coming again. I can forgive you, but guess what? I'm going to put up a red flag when I see you coming again. That may be my healing process. My healing might tell me to handle you gently. My healing might tell me this, you all, that if I interact with you, not to trust you. My healing might tell me to minimize how much energy I put toward maintaining any kind of relationship with you, and you don't get to be in charge of what my healing process looks like when you try to hurt my feelings. Again, I'm just trying to give you all a new strategy for handling negative people, negative situations. Just understand your healings will heal. Your feelings will heal, you all. Your feelings are about what's going on presently. This is what I feel now. But the older I've gotten, the more concerned I tend to be with when you try to hurt my future as opposed to my feelings. My future, because that's what I'm building. My future is where I'm going. My future will be the result of all the years of foundational work that I've crossed for bumps and bruises and all of that kind of stuff, and the experiences that I've gone through to gain wisdom acquired along this road that I call life. That's what my future is. And when you try to hurt my future, I'm more concerned about you hurting my future than my feelings. See, when you try to mess up my future, we really do have a problem. When you try to mess up my future, that's when you have all access restricted. Your phone calls go unanswered. Your messages are blocked. And you all, let me tell you what I do. This is just Cutler being transparent. When you try to mess up my future, I don't delete your number. I don't delete anybody's number out of my phone. I can't believe I'm going to give you all my strategy. But what I do, I change your name to ignore. and I'll assign you a number. And guess what? Then I block that number. Because in the event that your calls get through to me, I should have blocked this number. I'm just joking. But in the event that your calls get through to me, the name ignore will pop up. And I'll remember that whoever you are, I decided some time ago that you are not good for my future. I ain't delete nobody. I'm going to assign you the name ignore. Because we've got to remember that self-preservation is the first law of nature. So you've got to learn how to preserve yourself. You've got to learn how to fight for yourself. You've got to learn how to fend for yourself. You've got to know that you are worth standing up for. If you don't hear me saying anything else tonight, understand that you are worth standing up for. So learn to stand up for yourself. It's okay if they hurt your feelings will heal, but don't let them hurt your future. You've got to know that you have a future worth securing and a hope worth realizing. I'm telling you all. Understand you have a future worth securing and a hope worth realizing. You all, please do me a favor. Joining me in the chat room is one of our new passengers for this evening, Dee 758. You all make sure you say hi to Dee and make Dee feel welcome and feel good about being a passenger as we're riding along tonight, making sure that we can become a little more inspired so that we show up a little bit better tomorrow than we did today. Dee, thank you so much for joining us. All right. I want to go to the quote from May 13th. What do we do here? Each Tuesday and Thursday, we're pulling up quotes from this book right here. Run on over to Amazon.com and get it. It's my 7th book, Billboards to Better. 366 daily sources of motivation, inspiration along the highway of life. Go on to over Amazon.com and get it. You don't need it to join the conversation, but it helps you. It gives you a reference guide every day. All right. The quote from May 13th says, if the smilers would smile, if the smilers would stop frowning, maybe the frowners would start smiling. If the smilers would stop frowning, maybe the frowners would start smiling. I think of the value of a smile. That's why I asked you at the beginning of the conversation, do you smile? What do you think your smile communicates to people when you smile? How do you feel about smiling? If you don't smile, why is it that you don't smile? A few months ago, I posted on social media that I wanted to offer the world a free gift. Gift that didn't cost anybody anything. And I wanted people to join me in sharing similar gifts with the rest of the world. I wanted them to offer other people a free gift. All you have to do is smile, because smiling does not cost us anything. One of the things that I've realized about smiling is that even though it doesn't cost you anything, to somebody else, it might be everything. I want to say that again, you all. A smile does not cost you anything, but to some people, it just might be everything. It really might be everything. Life and sometimes other people have done such a good job causing us to believe that we don't deserve to be happy. You all do me a favor and make sure that you say hi to Rosie Rose joining us in the chat. Rose, it's good to see you. Life will sometimes, and sometimes other people, they've done such a good job with causing us to believe that we don't deserve to be happy, causing us to believe that we don't deserve to walk in this space of happiness. So I see so many people walking around with frowns on their faces and scowls on their faces and grimaces on their faces. And it makes me wonder, what is that expression really saying about their life? Because I am a firm believer, hear me clearly when I say this, I am a firm believer that our facial expressions are sometimes the souvenirs of where life has taken us. That sounds good to me. Our facial expressions are the souvenirs of where life has taken us. And I know that to be true because I didn't necessarily have the happiest of childhoods. And as the poet Langston Hughes said, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. So into my early adulthood, I didn't smile very often. I just didn't. And I couldn't make up or conjure up an expression that was organic and authentic. I could not do that because my smile, my facial expression was a souvenir of where I had been in life. And in life, I had not been in the happiest of places. So going into my early adulthood, I wasn't able to smile. But I'm telling you all that I've done a whole lot of work with me. And one day, what did I do? I did some retrospective look at the roads that I'd been in, the valleys that I had traversed, and the bridges that I had crossed. And I smiled, not only because I had made it, but because I had gotten wisdom through it. I learned how to smile. And I got both a merit badge and I got the scars to remind me of the inner strength that I had gained. Life would beat you up, but life would teach you how to smile. Life would teach you how to appreciate your own journey and teach you how to appreciate yourself. Yeah, you get the merit badges and the rewards, but God knows some of us will also get the scars, but they will make you smile. So now, in the words of Jonathan McReynolds, I can't help but smile. And I encourage you all, smile, because optimism is contagious. Smile. I challenge you to smile. If you have a space or a social page, social media page, post yourself smiling and invite other people to smile. Remind them that this is a free gift. Smile don't cost you anything. Just remind them that this is the free gift. And in a day and age when there are so many reasons not to smile, that there are just so many more reasons to smile. I believe within my whole heart that every time we smile, we brighten up the world. We brighten up what would be an otherwise dark world. Smile at somebody. I wish I could see you all smiling this evening. You've got a reason to smile. You have a right to smile. Don't let anybody paint a frown or scowl or grimace on your face. You've got a right to smile. You've earned it. I know life tries to beat us all up, but think about every road that you have traversed, every valley that you've been through, every storm that you've weathered, and understand that it did something to build some kind of strength and wisdom inside of you, and you smile. Brighten up the world one smile at a time, you all. We can do this. We're in the middle of a pandemic where people are still afraid. We're still dealing with social, political, and racial unrest where people have so many reasons not to smile. Help brighten up somebody's life one smile at a time. That's why we show up here. We inspire, motivate, and challenge each other, not just for us to be better, you all, but you hear me say it so many times. As we're riding along this highway of life, we are becoming better, but we want to make somebody come along with us, and we want to get to that place called better with somebody else. All right? Listen, y'all know I'm only here for 1,800 seconds, so I don't want to waste your time. But again, I'm challenging you all to smile and give that as a gift to somebody and say to them, this doesn't cost you anything. Or if you're like I am, me and my country self, I say to some people, this don't cost you nothing. This is a freebie. Give somebody your best smile and let it be organic, authentic, and genuine. Because a smile is one of the things that will heal the soul in a way that we would never understand. It's that non-communicating way. I think in a spiritual level that when we smile, for some people, it is God's reflection. All right, I got to move on. I've got to move on. I want to get to the quote from May 14th, but smile, you all. I want to get to the quote from May 14th, and it says, God will never ask you to walk away without first strengthening your legs. God will never ask you to walk away. Auntie, it's good to see you, without first strengthening your legs. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that life does not sometimes catch us blindsided, because it does. I mean, I have been the recipient of some phone calls and conversations that sometimes took my breath away. Sometimes in a good way and many times in a bad way. And those moments, you all, make me count my blessings for all of the times that life and its balancing act has prepared me for some situations that would have knocked me to my knees. I've had enough situations that blindsided me until it makes me thankful for the lessons that prepare me for things that would have otherwise knocked me on my knees. I wrote another quote that's somewhere in this book. Get the book, you all. There's another quote somewhere in this book, and I believe it says something like the fact that God would never push me in the swimming pool without first teaching me how to swim. I realized that there are some lessons that I learned only from doing my homework. I learned some lessons because I did my homework. There's some situations that we don't master. I think we don't master them unless we've had enough drills. So I'm thankful for those times when I did the homework. And if I may be honest, you all, sometimes the homework was hard work. Didn't always come easy. I got to be transparent and honest and truthful. The homework is sometimes hard work. But I'm thankful for those times when I went through the drills and the drills only included smoke, which were getting me ready for the real situations that included fire. Life comes in cycles. What am I saying? Don't despise your journey. I talk about it from the perspective that God will never require something of me that he's not prepared me for. That I talk about it from that perspective. And even if you don't see it from that vantage point, then my challenge to you is to find the lesson every single day that you go through. Every single day, there is a lesson for us to learn. I challenge you to learn it. Don't go blindly throughout the day without reaping the benefits of the experience that you just came through. You do yourself a disservice. Learn the lesson that you go through every single day. And every now and then, and I can't promise that it will be this way all the time, but every now and then, when it's time for the execution won't be so hard because you strengthened your muscles through the experience and the preparation. This quote, you all, is a reminder that much of what we go through, it's simply a preparation for similar experiences that are yet to come. Life happens in cycles. It happens in cycles. Do yourself a favor and try to learn the lessons the first time, the first go round, and approach it from the perspective and the vantage point that says, you know what, whatever I learned today is preparing me for a tomorrow when I get to execute the things that I've learned. Don't go through the day taking it for granted, letting it be in vain, but appreciate the full 24 hours that you get. Appreciate the full 7 days a week that you get. Appreciate the full 365 and 1/4 day that you get. And don't ever let it be in vain. And don't ever let anybody cause you to think that your day is in vain. You've learned something. Sometimes I say to people, you've got to find the lesson. You've got to find the lesson. You all, I want to say thank you so much for sharing this time and this space with me. I hope you feel a little bit better. Even if you're motivated and challenged, I hope you're motivated and challenged enough to say, you know what? He said something, even if it's only one thing that I can hold on to. And I'm going to think about that thing. And I'm going to apply that because I want that one thing to make me better. And guess what I believe? I believe that better begins when we get it in our hearts and our minds. You're already better as soon as you think about becoming better. I want to do something a little different this evening, you all. I want to remind you and just ask you if you would please make sure that you go to www.gbcutler.com. Get this book. It's my 7th book. They're all available on Amazon. You can go to my website, gbcutler.com, and get it. You can go to Amazon and get it. But I want you to invite other passengers to come along because there's so much in the world that affects us negatively. I trust that this space is one where we feel inspired, we feel motivated. I don't want to end by reading one of my poems, but I made reference to another poem, another artist earlier, Jonathan McReynolds. Lyrics of a song, one of my favorite songs, and it simply says, smile. It says, life doesn't always give you much reason to smile. And though life sometimes has an attitude, I won't change mine. All the love you've given and all the ways you've made, the fact that I'm still living, how dare I wear a frown on my face? I can't help but smile because I realize what you've done for me and those battles that you've won for me and that someday soon you will come for me. I can't help but sing because you've already given me the victory, and no pain, no hurt, and no misery can take away my smile. Funny how people always have something to say, but I find peace in knowing that you love me anyway. And no matter how I'm feeling, you will never change. It ain't always easy living, but I know that I have a choice today. If the Lord's made a way for you to see another day, just smile. Regardless of what the others have to say, just smile. Take the good and be grateful. Know the bad will be handled and smile. It will all be okay. Take the worry off your face because you'll look better anyway. Give it to God and just smile. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. Yeah, the world doesn't get it, but the world's going to see it today. Just smile. And then I want to read another poem. It's one of my all-time favorites. When I talk from the quote May 12th that says, be less concerned when people try to hurt your feelings. And I said to y'all, listen, sometimes people will hurt your feelings. And I get that they'll hurt your feelings and they would give you a reason to try to go into a shell. And I gave you another strategy and said, listen, you all, don't worry about them hurting your feelings because your feelings will heal. Worry when they try to hurt your future. I want to read this poem, Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. And I said to you all, because sometimes you feel like, listen, and I told you all that one of the reasons I didn't smile so much was because life for me hadn't been a crystal stair. I want to read Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards all torn up and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time I've been climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back because you sat down on the steps because you finding this kind of hard. Don't you fall now. For I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. I want to thank you all for sharing this space, and I'm saying this to you all. Even though life may not necessarily have been a crystal stair, on every landing you find a reason to smile. Thank you all for joining me. 1800 seconds. I got to go. But do me a favor. Meet me in this space every Tuesday, every Thursday at 8 o'clock. And until the next time, keep smiling. Post on social media and invite other people to smile along with you. Tell them this ain't cost you nothing. Smile, share it, tag people. Tag me if you have my social media. Just to go. Let's Talk to Cutler. Tag me on. I think it's Let's Talk to Cutler on Facebook as well. I'm not sure, but somewhere just tag me. Or come back and join the comments and just say, "Hey, I'm smiling, Cutler." Smile, you all, because you have a right to. Smile. Don't let anybody put a frown on your face. And until I see you all next week, Tuesday, just do this. Let's keep building community, maintaining connectivity. Keep your heads up, keep your hopes up, and stay safe and sane. And know that from my heart to yours, I'm sending so much love. Good night, everybody.